Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Spirit Says, a sacred place where Yeshua's voice gets to flow openly for messages that are meant for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't with love and so much grace and compassion for you and where you are on your journey. And I am grateful for you showing up today. Do make sure you like and subscribe, as it truly does help the channel out so much, y'all. And it is a completely free way to support me and show me some love. Because, y'all, today we have a powerful read. And the energies that we were getting into was, I feel, even your throat. I feel like you might have one in your throat. Maybe there's something going on with speaking your truth, speaking something that you are wanting to get that message through, but something that is being, it could be a legal thing with the judgment card here. It could be something, but it's like an arrangement. That's what I was getting with this, is that there's some sort of arrangement, accommodations, shifting, changing, clarification, something of that sort that at the onset is going to have a decrease, or at least a feel, perception. And that's what basically ultimately is, that this is the initial energy. You might actually experience some sort of decrease, but then the outcome is just beautiful, y'all. So I promise this isn't all doom and gloom, but I do want to make sure the energy is checking out and that this is in fact your reading. And of course, if this is resonating, if it is just a feeling showing up in your body in a visceral way, then of course you'll know that something here is meant for your ears to hear, something that you are meant to take, even if it's only 2 seconds of the message. Okay, y'all? That is how Yeshua works, and I am grateful to be the conduit you get to hear these messages from today. Y'all, you might be in this energy of having your ish together, having everything done and like together. You're, even if you're not a man, you might be a woman, but like the masculine energy is like that protector, that father energy that is so truly needed. We honestly all need that energy in our lives, and even if it's within us, to be able to have that balance, okay? And so you might be fully in that balancing energy right there of that factor where you are able to tap in, but going through some sort of clarifications, shifting, accommodations, this judgment that is coming forward might in fact give you that sense of decrease, where it's really almost like hedging your bets about what has gone on, what is coming, or like something that's changing is really what it is that don't fear the change you're going through. Recognize it's just a season, because your blessings, your miracles, y'all, are on the way, okay? And even with the spring, and it was like new blessings, and everything else was like the stuff that was coming up, because you have the endurance. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh, my heart just lit up so big. Yes, I love that for you. But you might be finding yourself in that energy, and so that's where we went from getting into, I won't show this bottom card, but this was the transitional energy that I was looking at, as far as where were you moving through, or where are you moving to? Maybe that might be something you might be moving. You might be, again, accommodations, shifting and changing. That actually makes sense. You might quite literally find yourself moving. Go with what's resonating. Go with what is going to help you, because that's what I was asking these cards for. I'm like, what is the advice? What is the advice to all of this, right? Like, what is the advice to be aware of? What is the advice for what we're transitioning through? And when you're going through these new ideas, like, it's all a lot of mental, so you could be purely in your head. You could be really struggling with the mental space that you are occupying. And I want you to, I feel really, because of this, I feel really called to make note of, when I say the space you're occupying, your mental space, I'm also talking about your friends, your family, the people that you're around, because I feel a really big need to emphasize the individuals in which you surround yourselves with also need to occupy their mental health space appropriately, if that makes sense. Because what could happen absolutely is falling into, there's the algorithms do not like nudity, and there's nudity here, so I don't want to show the whole thing, but you know what card it is, right? And so that is a potential, I think, for some of you, not necessarily all of you, of course, take what that resonates, but just understand, like, if there's, especially if, like, when I said that there was like a situation that like flashed in your mind, bear in mind that I'm not saying it will happen, just the potentialities might be there if there was something that resonated. And so try to, again, hedge your bets, plan accordingly, right? Make the accommodations, shifts and changes from the clarity that is coming. That's what I really feel like with this Judgment card. There's some clarity that is coming that you didn't see before that has such an impact. And maybe that's where you were sitting at this point. This was you, this clarity came in, and then you felt what felt like was a decrease of some sort. It could have been anything, honestly. A decrease in your capacity to handle things. It could be in your feeling good level, so your stress is increasing and the ability to feel good has decreased. Maybe the ability to provide and be in that provider energy has decreased or seemingly decreased, and maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's what that's saying is, where it's all in your head, where you're not actually necessarily losing it all. It might feel like it might even feel like you're in that devil energy, but staying centered in the truth of what is going on, right? Reminding yourselves. I have a podcast and I go through a whole bunch of actual tangible mental health things. It's quick drops for deep thoughts. Go ahead, check the links in my bio. I think I have it linked, but that channel is specifically for that podcast, and we go into many things. If you are struggling with this, that's why I'm dropping it in here. If you're struggling with the mental stuff big time, head over there. I have tons of stuff over there that you can just binge watch and like dive into, and it's always really quick. We have meditations and everything. It's great. It's great fun over there. But center in your truth, whatever that looks like. Because I actually was talking about something one of the episodes recently, and it was actually challenging difficult beliefs, challenging where in intangible ways to use it, and it's a whole way to like hack your brain essentially. So centering in your truth is a great way to break out of this mental mayhem, this mental hell, proverbial hell we might even be creating for ourselves in this mental space because of shifts and changes and things that have happened. But when actually I can back up a lot of science, it's fun, but the small influences, that's why I was mentioning my podcast, because the small influence, that's a key piece of my work actually, and the things that I do with clients. And so these are things that we are fully able to incorporate every single day so that we can manifest the life of our dreams. We can pour into our communities and even give back to where we might have came from, right? Like you're sitting so rich, maybe you go back to where you came from, and now you're feeling nostalgic as you're sitting pretty because all of your blessings are now rushing upwards. They're arriving, they're blossoming, they're coming forward, right? They are being born in the most divine way intended through centering in your truth, your little influences, whatever those things, maybe they're small. I actually have a free 10-day self-paced course. It's how to feel human again. It's how to, to heal your nervous system. But we talk about this. Maybe that's something that's resonating. Maybe you're needing nervous system reset. Dude, it's free. Go check out the links. It's all the links in my bio. Everything is definitely in my podcast. There should be everything though in the bio. But we talk about that. There's so much evidence to how powerful we can shift our mind into sitting pretty. This is like the wish fulfillment card, y'all. This is everything that you wanted in life is coming to fruition. Okay, that was when I asked, okay, well, what's going to be the end result? Like, what do they need to know? What's going to be the outcome? They were this and the nostalgia card, right? Those were your things. And then when you're asking like the phases of getting there, it was essentially the Magi creating magic ultimately, however that looks for you, right? Like through prayer. Prayer is so intense. One can even conclude that, oh, you're casting spells because you're speaking word with intention to a higher power, God, to create an outcome. And while we know prayer works, we know God shows up, we know that stuff is very, very real. I have so many stories. God is amazing, powerful, and truly makes magic happen. That's why I always joke that I'm like the magic maker with how close and on point my relationship with God, not to brag, but to be so humbled that I am so blessed to witness the miracles people might even call magic. But really, that's just God showing up. That's just God creating magic and miracles in everybody's lives. Whoa, where is it? Because you are reclaiming with whatever has been seemingly lost, whatever might have been created in that devil energy, potentially. Ooh, these cards are hard to see in the camera. There we go. Ooh, maybe there's something there too, where it's hard to see what you're supposed to reclaim. It's hard to notice what it is that you're supposed to create your magic with. Maybe it's even hard to see your fate, because that's what the last one is this is your fate. There's something to do with your fate. Maybe you're transitioning. Maybe you're transitioning into a new state of life. And you felt like this new shift in career or job or lifestyle was going to have a decrease. But it's really your fate. I didn't even think about that until just now. Thank you. That's what's up. If that's you, congratulations, man. That's what's up. I'm so proud of you. I'm excited for you. Oh my gosh, my heart is like beaming. There's something there with that, because my heart just started lighting up, y'all. That's what's up. Whoever this is, whatever's going on, man, I would give you a big hug if I saw you. Congratulations. Whatever that is, whatever you are reclaiming in your life, because it's your fate, honey. It is your fate to give back. Maybe you are philanthropic entrepreneur, where you give back to maybe not necessarily where you came from, but something that reminds you of what you grew up with, where you came from, things of that nature, or cultures or cities like it. Maybe you grew up in like a poor neighborhood, right? And you created something, you invented something. Sorry, sometimes when I'm channeling, my human brain, logic brain goes offline. Inventions, those things, right? Maybe you invented something that helps poor rural communities do, I don't know, get access to clean water or tap into well systems. I don't know, right? Something really cool and amazing, and you're able to give back because you're sitting pretty, baby. Look at that beautiful magic. And all it's taking is centering in your truth and then putting these small influences that align with this truth to co-create. Because baby, you've got the endurance, you've got the magic, you've got the skills, you've got the everything that you need. You have everything that you need. You might find yourself trying to balance, for sure. But make sure your circle, I'm not saying you got to cut people off. I'm not saying you got to like do all that. But make sure your circle is on point, honey. Because those are our circle. Remember, we are the average of the 5 people we hang around most. And if people are on the struggle with making decisions, moving through their life, creating new things, new opportunities, being stagnant in any way, shape, or form, we can absolutely create the devil energy, whether it's just in our mind, because it might be, this all might be in someone's head. It might be a mental thing. You might be excessively worrying. You might have found this because you were worrying about whatever, right? I don't know. What I do know is that if you do your small influences, small steps every single day in your truth, you, baby boo, are going to be sitting pretty. So don't stress. Relax, no matter what transitions are coming on through. Because ultimately, it's got something to do with your fate. It's got something to do with what you're called here to do. And you've got it. You've got the magic. You've got everything you need to reclaim. Excuse me. Even your throat, maybe your voice. Maybe someone stomped out your voice. Maybe somebody made it so that you could not speak your truth. And maybe you were reclaiming your voice now. Maybe that's where it's at. Maybe it starts in a group. Maybe it starts with you. But either way, you've got everything you need. I hope this helps and reaches the person needing to hear it, and I'll catch y'all next time.